While researching for this article, I suddenly remembered a popular Bohemian song on Russia's holy man and philanderer Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin, a Siberian-born peasant who declared himself a miniature Christ with powers to heal and foresee the future. He also considered it his bounden duty to seduce women. Does this ring a bell? In fact, it should ring several bells from across India actually. Romanovs ruled Russia in those days. Its Tsar Nicholas had a son who was terminally ill. Rasputin reputedly healed the Tsar's son and became the royal family's favorite. Taking advantage of the Tsar's gratitude, Rasputin exerted a powerful influence on the royal family, especially Tsarina Alexandra. When Tsar Nicholas departed to lead Russian forces in World War I, Rasputin effectively ruled the country and took corruption and disorder to the next level in the country. Rasputin had a hypnotic effect on women who eagerly sinned with him before he could purify them. His spiritual theory was simple. One first has to sin totally before one can be purified completely. India's Osho also had similar views. Without sin there is no repentance, he would often say. Who? Rasputin. No wonder the Bohemian song describes him as Russia's greatest love machine. The mystic was also believed to be the lover of Russian Queen Alexandra Romanov. It was this alleged relationship that made Rasputin instrumental in the fall of the 300-year-old Romanov dynasty. Of course, he met with a gory end himself. When mysticism, lust for power, and pelf and immorality combine in a person, a Rasputin is born. This was as much true then as it is now, especially in India, where political patronage to all sorts of thugs in mystic robes is extended so readily and generously. Let us have a look at our Desi Rasputins. Dhirendra Brahmachari created a template that was adopted by a succession of commercial yoga gurus in later years. I call them commercial because they were by no means spiritual people. Born in a village of Bihar's Madhubani district to a Brahmin family, Dhirendra Chaudhary started off as a bhajan singer of sorts. With time, he grew into a powerful mystic with many faces. He was a mentor of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, a connection that helped him establish a business empire comprising several yoga centers and ashrams in several countries. In fact, he had been able to set up a gun manufacturing company in India too. A dhoti-clad jet-setting yogi, he was feared in the corridors of power. He was very much a part of the caucus that ran the country during the emergency. Brahmachari had several criminal charges filed against him. One charge was smuggling of an aircraft from the United States during the emergency without paying customs duties. Another was smuggling parts of guns from Spain for his gun factory. In fact, this license for this gun factory was given on the specific condition that all the parts of the gun would be manufactured indigenously, but he violated that condition. In most such criminal cases, he was never tried, while some court cases dragged on until his death in a plane crash on June 9, 1994. Chandraswamy was another high-flying controversial godman. Born in a moneylender's Jain family of Rajasthan, his real name was Nemichand Jain. He started off as an astrologer, graduated to become a tantric and mind reader. He became famous when he became the spiritual advisor to late Prime Ministers P.V. Narasimha Rao, V.P. Singh and Chandrasekhar. He went on to become a spiritual consultant to the Sultan of Brunei, Sheikh Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa of Bahrain, Hollywood star Elizabeth Taylor, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, arms dealer Adnan Khashoggi, and many other similar powerful personalities. His clout enabled him to expand his activities to spiritual and temporal realms. He built the Vishwa Dharmatan Sansthan in Delhi on the land allotted during Mrs. Indira Gandhi's tenure as Prime Minister. His rise and fall had a familiar trajectory. With power and fame came crime and court cases. He was arrested for swindling $100,000 from a London based businessman. An income tax raid on his ashram revealed undeclared payments of $11 million that attracted a hefty penalty of several crores of rupees. He died of multiple organ failure at the Apollo Hospital on 23 May 2017. The Jain Commission held him as one of the suspects in the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi, primary suspects. Asaram Bapu is one of the more colorful godmen who is presently in jail. Born in Pakistan's Sindh in 1941 as Asumal Sri Malani Harpalani, he grew up in Gujarat's Ahmedabad. His journey to notoriety began when he became a disciple in an ashram on 7 October 1964. He was given the name of Asara. The suffix Bapu got attached with the rise in his popularity. He became a Kathavachak, a person who gives spiritual discourse. Soon, powerful politicians of all parties and hues started wooing him because he could sway a sizable section of the population to vote for a party of his choice. Thanks to such political connections, he could widen his sphere of influence and activities and multiply his wealth. But soon things started going wrong for him. In 2008, Asaram faced allegations of black magic practice after the death of two young boys in his Motera ashram in Gujarat. Then two more boys were found dead, their bodies mutilated in one of his ashrams. The final fall came when a 16-year-old girl accused him of rape. Similar accusations came from other girls as well. And his son too was allegedly involved in these crimes. Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh Insan was born in a Jat Sikh family in Rajasthan's Sri Ganganagar. He was baptized into Dera Sacha Sauda at 7. At 23, he became the head of Sacha Sauda. Colorful and charismatic, he soon held sway over masses in Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and Rajasthan. Politicians from these states genuflected in front of him for support during elections. He is one of the 30 odd persons in the country who enjoy Z plus security. His empire too started expanding. In Haryana alone, his Dera owns properties worth over 1600 crores. His organization earns over 60 crores annually. Through a network of supporters and sympathizers, his organization has entered film production, FMCG, education and health related businesses. And as has been the case with other Babas, sin and crime entered his life. Stories of rapes, murders and castrations floated around. On 25 August 2017, a special CBI court in Panchkula, Haryana delivered its verdict in a sexual assault case regarding a former Dera Sadhvi, finding Ram Rahim guilty of 2 counts of rape. In June 2019, Ram Rahim was convicted of the murder of journalist Ramchandra Chhatrapati, who was shot dead in 2002 for uncovering the unsavory activities in the Dera Sacha Sauda, including sexploitation and castrations. Although he is still in jail, politicians visit him to pay tributes. What is worse, he has produced and released videos while on parole. Rasputin would have suffered a complex in his presence. Nityananda was born Arunachalam Rajasekharan in Tamil Nadu's Tiruvannamalai. He belongs to the Saiva Valalla community. He has 2 dates of birth to his name, 1 January 1978 and 13 January 1977. He was barely 12 when he claimed strong spiritual experiences. At 24, he claimed mystical encounter with a Maha-Avatar Babaji, who bestowed upon him the name Nityananda. His life journey is quite interesting. He became the chairman of the Florida-based Hindu University of America. He founded and managed the Nityananda Dhyana Pitham Ashram, In February 2013, the title of Mahamandaleshwar was conferred on Nityananda in a closed ceremony by the Panchayati Mahanirvani Akhada. He also became filthy rich and started investing in properties in India and abroad. But soon he became the target of charges of rapes and abduction. He fled India to escape prosecutions in different courts, mostly in Gujarat. It is a mystery how he managed to do so. Political help cannot be ruled out. He had powerful backers in the corridors of power, both in New Delhi and several state governments. Now Nityananda rules over the United States of Kailasa, a nation he has established on an island purchased by him off the coast of Ecuador. Recently, his representative to a UNO forum talked of persecution of Hindus in India, of all the places. Imagine Hindus being persecuted in India. This was enough for him to hit the media headlines. Now his USK has its own currency, passport, airlines and central bank. When it comes to having a harem of beauties, he beats the much maligned Rasputin hands down. Bageshwar Baba, also known as Bageshwar Dham Sarkar or Maharaj, was born on 4 July 1996 as Dhirendra Krishna Garg in Madhya Pradesh. A graduate, he is the rising star of India's Babadom. His USP is miracles mixed with jingoism and aggressive Ghar Wapsi campaign to convert Muslims to Hinduism. He is the current blue-eyed boy of powerful politicians. Our mainstream media loves to have him in their studios. It will be interesting to watch his career trajectory, with politicians of all hues queuing up to pay their respects to him. So far, most of the Babas mentioned here have ended up as fugitives and convicts, or caught up in unsavory controversies. Would this man's career graph be any different? Let us wait and watch. As long as our people remain mired in medieval mindsets and superstitions, our politicians and thugs in mystic robes will continue to rule the roost. Terrifying thought that, is it not? I'll come back with another episode. Thank you for watching.